Hello everybody, I'm Maya from 8680 Kraken Pinion, and today we're going to be testing how the artifacts hit the goal over here, and what we're going to be seeing is how it's going to go through the gate and onto the classifier. We're going to see what happens, how different positions work, and things like that. I have two of our other team members here with me, Anya and Akshay, and they're going to be helping see how this all works.
This video on fun is brought to you by our viewers, supporters, members, and also in partnership with the following.
First, we're going to try and hitting it to this side, and we're going to see how it falls and how it's going to go through that gate. So, I don't know if you guys can tell, but what we're looking at right here, if you hit it with enough speed and force, and it rolls straight through onto this ramp and then through that gate over here, regardless of if you have a ninth one, it will skip right over. So just remember that if you hit it really, really hard, it's gonna go through and then skip over. And then this time, Anya, do you wanna try hitting it in the middle right here? Try. So basically, what's happening right now is when she hits it right here, sometimes it's gonna bounce back and then go through the slant inside the goal. So when it goes through the slant inside the goal, the ball slows down and that's when it doesn't skip. But if you hit it hard enough right here, we're gonna try and test that out right now. If you hit it hard enough right here and it drops right down, we're gonna see whether it skips or not. So Anya, can you try hitting hard and make sure it goes like right down? Not that hard. Not that hard. Do you want to try? I want you to try getting it down right here and then. Almost. Okay, so basically, moral of the story in this scenario is that if you hit it and it bounces onto that slant over there, you won't skip. It won't skip if you're adding a ninth artifact in. But if you hit it, we tried it earlier, if you hit it and it goes right onto this ramp, it will skip over. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try hitting multiple balls into that area and see how that fits into the gate. Do you want me to? Okay. So now what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna try and toss the artifacts into the goal in the order that they have it on this code right here. So let's try, you want to do green and then 2 purple. We're gonna see if it actually lands in that order. Try and do it like one after the other. Okay. So we're just gonna keep trying that sequence to see how well that goes. So as you can see right here, it skipped over and that ruined the sequence right here. So right now, so basically when you guys are putting the artifacts in, you really want to be careful because what happened, it hit here, it slammed down, and that ninth skipped right over. So when Anya threw in the green ball, that messed up the sequence because it landed as green, purple, green. So this time what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna try and do that as a sequence, but we're gonna have 2 people throwing it in at once to try and imitate what would happen if both alliances are trying to get that sequence in. Okay, so this one actually worked out where they threw it at just the right speed that it landed in that green, purple, purple. So this time we're gonna try and slow it down because they threw it pretty fast, but as we all know, when you're actually trying to do it with your robot, it might go a little slower or some things might happen. So. Okay, so try and go like a little bit slower. Okay, so what happens sometimes when you're throwing two balls or multiple artifacts at once into this goal, because we have this board right here, if it hits it at different angles. So what happened here was Anya hit the green ball first and it went straight through like that. But when Akshay also threw that same green ball and then Anya threw a purple ball, Anya threw it at an angle where it hit this angle, this area first. So that's what came down first instead of that green one coming down. So this is why, like, I think, in my opinion, you just want to be really careful when it comes to throwing them in, especially because you're working against the time. So you also need to be mindful of where you're hitting it in. And I think a big part of this season is going to be making sure that that you're throwing it in like the area. I really think it would be best to try and aim right for this, other than when you're going for that 9th artifact, because as we saw before, with that 9th artifact, if you hit it straight down, it will skip over.
Both teams are not going to be able to go for a motif matching the obelisk's pattern at the same time. As we just saw, since we were both trying to aim for a pattern and neither of us got it, it would be more it would be helpful for only one team to aim for a pattern and maybe let the other team know, so the other team can either cycle the artifacts while the other team is aiming for the goal, either or. It all comes down to communication with the alliances, because we know how it works out that if both aim for a pattern, one or neither are going to get it.
So obviously you can see we're aiming from pretty far back, so robots might come up here. Based on that, a lot of things can change, but just remember to stay tuned into this Robot in 30 Hours for more content, either regarding robots or the fields.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos.